Hello everybody and welcome to a new session of Q&A Your Time. This week's question comes from Charles Enos, and it's a question that he asked during one of the latest live streams, the rehearsal of the Bach partitas. And he asked actually if the movement of the wrist had an impact on the sound, which he could actually see the correlation between the movement of the wrist, the hand going up, hand going down, hand turning, and the production of the sound. That's an interesting question, and actually I must make once a series of videos on basic technique for keyboard and maybe also clavichord playing. It all is related to each other, of course. And since we have talked about that extensively in one of the previous practicing hours on Sunday evening, you know, that's a live stream where I practice the sinfonias in this series. Anyway, music pieces from scratch that I've never played before, writing fingerings, and go into detail much deeper, and also reading the chat much more intense than I do with the rehearsing the Bach partitas. Since I have mentioned that there, I think is no better way to a first answer than to give you a kind of selection or kind of section out of that live stream. I've been talking on that also during the live stream in which Charles asked that question, and I think those two parts combined give you a first answer. If you never have been for one of the last live streams on YouTube on my channel, it's really nice. The chat is awesome. People get to know each other. I'm doing now live stream rehearsals of the Bach partitas, and I will be live streaming also the recording of the Bach partitas, which we are going to record on tape. That's probably for January, so the month of December will be devoted to practicing, maybe a little bit early also to the recording. On Sunday evening we have the live sessions in which I practice pieces from scratch, having interaction with you much more direct. Interesting maybe for you is if you would witness the live recording sessions, I will be reading your chat afterwards. And if you have suggestions, comments, or just your reflection on what I've been playing, would be great to read for me. So if you want to attend one of those sessions and you have not received yet a notification from YouTube, no better way than to subscribe to the channel and then click on the bell icon next to the subscription button, where you can opt in for the notification either by mail or by push notifications on your mobile device. So that's for the introduction. As I said before, I am thinking of making a series of 10 or 12, 15, whatever videos on basic techniques on keyboard playing, and particularly for clavichord. But this is one of the major things one should really control in order to produce nice sound. Not only that, but let this instrument play in a cantabile way. So, 2 snapshots out of the live stream. Hope you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friend, and we see each other very soon again. Bye. This one, but I can show it here. Go to the 4th finger. I have to turn a little bit with my wrist because I have to get my weight from the B flat to the E. And if I don't do that, it sounds really very flat. Every timing that I would like to make, then I have to do it artificial. I have to impose that on my technique. If I just bend my wrist a little bit and bring my arm weight to the E, and again I don't know if you understand, I think it makes sense, then this movement in itself gives me the tension necessary to make this interval have the intensity that it needs. I don't have to do anything. Even if I would be very neutral in my performance. If I want to have a little bit more emphasis on the E natural F, I just slow down the movement of my wrist then. If you make a movement with your wrist, so also going from the E natural to the F, you can wait as long as you want. You will hear the connection, listen. There is a tension. And it's not there when I just have a fixed wrist. It's impossible. You feel that it's a kind of artificial bridge, but now I move my wrist a little bit. It's strange, but it really works, and this movement of, you can practice that, but just by playing 5 notes. It's difficult. If you never have done that, it's really difficult because you have to make circles, and the circle must be ongoing always. And you can do it very little, or you can do it more. So it has to do with movement, it has to do with division of arm weight, and it enables you to play very relaxed and make the articulation, make the fingers free for articulation, so you can actually play very fast as well. And very light. Light you do just by lifting your arm out of the key. Going strong, going deeper is making more sound. Was the first exercise we had. So Charles asks, does the sound change when you hold your wrist up more, or am I imagining things? No, that's really huge. One of the previous practicing hours on Sunday evening, there was actually F minor Sinfonia, where it is, it's somewhere here, let me find it. And it's on the internet, and it's the latest one, the number 10 of number 9, I don't know. But we talked about the importance of the wrist movement, like you have this. So going, really this very slight movement going from the G to the B, and release it going up, and then this. You cannot play it without, you can play it without, but it sounds like this. And I can try to do something, but listen what happens now. It just goes to the F. And it's this movement. This is the first thing I've learned in the class of Sharpenootmessen, late Sharpenootmessen. We had to do exercises like this. So one note. And he was really looking at if other fingers were moving or not. And then we had to do an exercise where we used our wrist actually just to make a slow and very almost unseeable turns with the wrist. That's key to everything. It's a division of arm weight combined with finger speed, and the combination of that is key to everything. And on a clavichord, and then my second finger automatically goes to the B flat. Don't take it with your first, because you have to turn your hand, and that's not good for sound production. And also, if you do that, if you divide the weight, and we've been talking on that, you have to assist with your wrist here, really. Let me see if I can turn the webcam a little bit, that you can see my right hand better, like that. So you have to assist. Where are we here? So the second finger is really out of the hand position. If I will do it here. So if I would turn my hand to you, normally the second finger is like that, but it has to spread, and it has absolutely no support from the wrist. And this might sound as a ridiculous detail, but in clavichord playing, and also for harpsichord playing, and certainly for piano playing, as long as you stay away from the sustaining pedal, that can help you, but you will hear it. It makes a difference in sound. Here on the... Listen what happens. difficult for me to, I'm so used to this instrument to play notes wrong, but you hear what, you need that arm weight. So I go, the only possibility is just to go with my wrist a little bit to the B flat and return. And like we have discussed in the F minor Symphonia, you remember? I think it was you, Charles, who asked me that during